welcome back. This is our new year, and we're planting some potatoes. So we don't know what to do in this video because it's just a planting video.
Planting video?
Bye.
Hi and welcome back. If this is your first time here, my name is Rachel and I blog at thislovelylittlefarmhouse.com. And today we are out in the garden and we are planting potatoes. Now this is actually our first time. So this is our maiden voyage with potatoes, but my dad has been planting potatoes for quite a few years. I'm guessing he's probably planted them like 4 or 5 times. So we have the expert giving us advice. Anyway, so we're planting potatoes this year, and because I don't do anything simple, I planted more than one variety. I got some red potatoes from my dad. The seed potatoes that he has been planting, I got some from him. And then I also have some Purple Majesty potatoes that I ordered. Some Azure, I ordered some organic potatoes. They were not actually seed potatoes, which you're not supposed to do, I don't think, but we'll see how it goes. But they are a fingerling medley. I ordered them from Azure Standard Organic. And then I also got some French fingerling potatoes. They were seed potatoes. And then I got, what else do I have? So I got the red potatoes from my dad, Purple Majesty, French fingerling, and the Azure medley. So that's what we have planted. And we got, I did 5 pounds of the Purple Majesty, 5 pounds of the French fingerling. I ordered those together from a seed company. And then I have 3.5 pounds of the Azure medley, the fingerling medley. And then we planted about 11 pounds of the red potatoes that my dad does. So I'm really interested to see how each of them perform. And I was careful to weigh them beforehand. There's an airplane. So I was very careful to weigh them beforehand, and I'll be really interested to see, hopefully we can weigh them afterwards and see what we get from how much we plant. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, so we are planting potatoes and see how it goes. These are the red potatoes that I got from my dad, and as you can see, they are all sprouted out. These are the ones that he has grown for, I don't know, like 4 or 5 seasons. Some of them are small enough that they won't have to be cut, but a lot of them we will cut. You want to have 1 to 2 eyes per potato. And these are the French fingerlings that I got. As you can see, I pre-cut them, and there's an eye there. These are the Azure Standard medley, fingerling medley that I got, and they are all sprouted out. I pre-cut them as well. Supposedly, the benefit of pre-cutting is, as you can see, the cut edge kind of will heal over, and it's supposed to help them not rot. There's an eye there. You definitely just want to make sure you have 1 to 2 eyes, because that's where the sprout comes from, and if you don't have an eye on your potato piece, it will not grow into a potato plant. So you have to have eyes. And these are the Purple Majesty seed potatoes that I bought. There's an eye there. They're just kind of starting to sprout out a little bit. An eye there. Now our soil here is super heavy. It's pretty poor. It's not very much nutrients in it naturally, but it is very heavy, dense soil. So Eric is taking the tractor through and just really disking it up well, getting it all broke up, trying to loosen it and get the big chunks and stuff broke, because as you can see, it's a really heavy, chunky, dense soil. And he went over it with the disc probably like 8 to 10 times. He just went back and forth with the disc, breaking it up really well. This is after the disc is done, and you can see how it's chopped up a lot. And so now he's going through with this PTO driven tiller, which is amazing. It's so much better than a walk behind tiller. Just way easier if you have a large size garden. This is not that you can't do it with a walk behind tiller, that definitely works, but this is definitely quicker and easier, and it just really breaks those chunks up even more.
Let me see. Woo! Let me video.
Why don't you go over there by the thing to be in the video?
I don't want to. Goodness. Here's your potatoes.
Thank you. And then a little bit more of the rest of our garden. We'll do a small little tour here. This is my garlic that I have planted, and as you can see, it is a little worse for the wear. We've gotten some really cold weather, a few really hard freezes. It got down to about 27 here. Really burned those leaves bad, but it is making a comeback. It's got some new fresh growth. Garlic, everyone should grow garlic in their garden. It is one of the easiest things to grow. You put it in the ground and you leave it. Now these are some green onions I have down on the end of my garlic row here. Bunching onions or green onions. I have two different varieties. One of them is red Welsh bunching onion, and the other one, I really don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Ishikar or something like that. I got both of them from Baker Creek and started them from seeds and then transplanted them with garlic in the garden. So they are a little spindly, but they're growing well. And then a few rows over, we have some mustard greens. Eric grew up eating mustard greens. He loves them. This is the first year that I've eaten them and I've liked them, actually. But they're a little puny too. I really think a lot of our garden, we just have had such cold, hard weather. They had, you know, that heavy frost that burned the garlic, burned them as well. They've made a recovery, but they're just small, puny. I also think we need a lot of amendment. Our soil, we haven't put anything in it for the past few garden seasons, so I think we just really need to amend the soil. But you can see these leaves are really tiny. They actually are very good eaten at that size because they're tender, but they just haven't grown like I expected them to. This is green wave mustards from Baker Creek, and then this is a violet mustard, and the slugs and things loved it. As you can tell, they have eaten it almost completely up. It got hit a lot harder with that freeze and killed most of it. It is a really pretty color. It didn't perform well. The green wave did a lot better because the bugs just apparently really loved this mustard. And I had some collards planted as well, but that freeze took them completely out. They did not make a recovery. They didn't do good. And then we have over close to the potato row some turnips here. They're still super tiny. I'm not sure how big they'll get before summertime, but they're doing okay. They're just some little tiny turnips there. Turnips are really good to throw in with your mustard greens. They cook down real soft and almost kind of like a little bit of a potato-y flavor. And you can also cook the greens from them, so you can cook the whole entire plant. It's a very useful plant to grow for food. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, watching us plant our potatoes and getting a little bit of a garden tour. There's not much growing in the garden right now because it's been so cold here, unseasonably cold. Normally our winters are super mild, but it's been very unseasonably cold. So hope you enjoyed this and it motivated you to get out in your garden and get things ready to plant. That's always my goal, is to motivate and encourage people to get out there and plant some food. So we will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.